Hello, and welcome back to another Talking Freight, brought to you by Cerasis, the transportation management company. Okay, so we have set the stage in our first TMS videos about the state of TMS and what shippers want. Let's now pivot to see how a logistics strategy is improved long-term by a TMS. Logistics and transportation managers are tasked with making the movement of freight between trade partners easier, cheaper, and more efficient. Often, these managers turn to transportation management systems, or TMS, for the smooth and efficient operations of their supply chains for decades. Having evolved significantly over the last 30 years, such systems are typically available as standalone software packages or as a part of a larger ERP solution, or in software as a service formats. So, let's talk how a TMS aids in a long-term logistics strategy. So, what are the top 5 areas of focus on a long-term logistics strategy? Well, according to survey respondents in the Transportation Management System study by the Peerless Research Group and Logistics Management, the top 5 areas that are important when focusing on a long-term logistics strategy are the following. 96% want to maintain high levels of customer service. 94% want to lower costs. 93% want to improve efficiencies and productivity. 79% want to attain the ability to target logistics initiatives that drive business growth. And finally, 74% want to improve asset utilization. Furthermore, when asked what aspects of their transportation and logistics operations that could use improvement, more than one-half cited understanding and controlling cost, or 55%, better shipment planning at 55%, and greater in-transit visibility at 52%. Also high on the list of areas in need of development were electronic communications with customers and carriers, or 45%. Overall supply chain process improvement, 45% as well, and carrier and partner collaboration at 43%. An effective TMS can achieve all of these top 5 desires of shippers looking to shape a long-term solution for their business to remain sustainable and cost-effective in their transportation spend. Now, let's go over each area in detail. The first one, maintaining high levels of customer service and using a TMS. With a TMS, you can have tools and features that notify customers of when their shipment is coming, or you yourself can log in and see where the shipment is at any time. Furthermore, when you have a TMS that allows you to run various metrics and reports to analyze, you can see which carriers are getting your shipments in on time to your customer and which ones are not causing high levels of claims. When you weed out the bad based on data and focus on the good, you can then ensure with greater predictability that you will have a hassle-free experience and confidence in getting your freight to your customer. You may also use that same data to better collaborate with carriers and those in the supply chain to sit down and address these facts and proactively improve so you continue to increase the customer service metrics. Next, lowering costs with a TMS and managed transportation services. Remember, lowering costs isn't simply about the freight rate. It's about total costs. As more and more manufacturers look at the total cost of business decisions and the total costs of their operations long term, the hard costs you see that are invoiced are not the only costs considered. In logistics and transportation management, when it comes to costs, you must also include the soft costs. These are things like the time it takes to process a freight shipment, calling various carriers, getting quotes, manual methods versus using a TMS, and more. The errors that come up due to not using automation features that are available in a TMS, or even the time dealing with such things like freight and transportation accounting or freight claims that a logistics service provider could handle as a value add, such as a managed transportation service to the TMS software offering. And at the end of the day, all of this really does add up. Oh, and not to mention, if you aim to grow your business, which I'm pretty sure you do, the added costs of more resources and time to process more and more freight can add up too. A good TMS reduces time and allows you to scale, cutting out many other unforeseen soft costs. Next, improving efficiencies and productivity in logistics operations with a TMS. This improvement area in a long-term logistics strategy by implementing a TMS is highly related to the second point of lowering costs. But let's go with another angle. Have you ever noticed that when you have a very good process or system for doing something in your job, you have to think less about how you're going to get the job done effectively? The system is sound and allows you to rinse, repeat, and scale by not only following a sound process, but getting muscle and mental memory to get better and better as you use the system. Did you also notice that you once had Sound processes you are more productive because you were then able to think strategically in such a way that it allows you to disrupt your other inefficiencies? As they say, it is hard to stay strategic or innovative if you're merely surviving in the land of tactics. Number 4, attaining the ability to target logistics initiatives that drive business growth. Again, as with logistics cost dovetailing into improved inefficiencies, this fourth area of long-term strategy focus is really only possible if you are efficient in the process and are cost-effective. When you are confident in a repeatable and scalable system that scales and is cost-effective to deploy and maintain, you then have the think and brain power to strategically identify other issues in the organization and apply either more tools, technology, or systems to continue to drive the business forward. As a manufacturer or wholesale distributor, using a TMS can free you up greatly to focus on the marketplace and new products to open up to new markets. And the fifth area, improving asset utilization with a TMS. This idea also plays into operational improvements that allow your business to grow. With a TMS, and especially one integrated into your ERP or warehouse management system, you can start connecting the dots to what inventory you have on hand, which ones are in transit, and more. When you have integrated systems that easily allow you to calculate asset utilization, it allows you to continue to have a strategic mindset and quickly make decisions on what products or assets you should have on hand or order more of to ship inbound to your warehouse from a vendor. In conclusion, the key to all 5 of these points is truly that a transportation management system frees up any shipper who utilizes one to get out of the weeds of process and put the focus back on their business and not the worry of how are you going to stay effective in transportation management. At best, a TMS is a tool that empowers you, but make sure it's a tool that has the capability to meet your unique needs. If you are unsure of your needs, make sure you schedule a consultation with a TMS software provider like Cerasis. Ask them a whole slew of questions. And when using a third-party logistics company who both offers a transportation management system and integrated managed transportation services, it is possible for shippers to easily achieve the above desired outcomes in their logistics and transportation strategies. That's it for this week's Talking Freight. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Hold up, before you go, check out all the videos in our TMS series by clicking here, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking here, and check out Cerasis.com by clicking right above my head.